The woman who sold a Swiss chalet for £22 million applied for Swiss residency, kept a London apartment, sheltered in a Windsor estate with her ex-husband, and is now reportedly eyeing Portugal, all while technically being divorced since 1996, is finally, and we do mean finally, drawing a line in the royal sand. Hi everyone, my name is George, I'm your host. Welcome to Crown Tea, your most trusted cup of royal reality. And today we are diving deep into Sarah Ferguson's complete independence from Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Because, darlings, this story has more plot twists than a Sunday night drama on the BBC, and we are here for every single second of it. Before we go any further, if real, unfiltered royal analysis is what you came for, tap that subscribe button and hit the bell, because Crown Tea keeps your royal knowledge sharp and your timeline honest. Right, now let's get into it. To understand where Sarah Ferguson stands today, we have to go back, because context here is everything. Despite their divorce being finalised in 1996, Sarah and Andrew maintained what can only be described as one of the most unconventional post-divorce arrangements in modern British history. They raised their daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, together. They holidayed together. They lived together, first at Sandringham Park in Berkshire, a 12-bedroom residence built as a wedding gift from the late Queen Elizabeth II, where they continued to cohabit even after their split, until Andrew relocated to Royal Lodge in 2004. Sarah followed him there in 2008, reportedly following a fire at her solo residence Dolphin House in Surrey. So the domestic picture was, to put it diplomatically, complicated. But here is where things start to get genuinely fascinating.
Where is Sarah Ferguson now, do you know? Because I've read reports that she's in the United Arab Emirates and broke. I've also read reports that she spent a month at a luxury Swiss resort that cost $25,000 a day. And it's a resort that she has promoted before. Here she is.
Because Sarah has actually attempted this independence move before. In 2015, her spokesperson confirmed that the Swiss chalet she and Andrew had purchased jointly in 2014 for a reported £13 million, described at the time as a family investment, would become her primary residence. Her representative stated publicly that she had, quote, moved on considerably and was becoming a more independent unit. She kept a room at Royal Lodge for family occasions and reportedly held a rented apartment in London's Eaton Square. Then, in 2016, she went one step further, applying to become a permanent resident in Switzerland and telling Swiss newspaper Le Nouveliste that she felt, quote, free and happy in Verbier, that she called it her home, and that administrative procedures were officially underway. For a brief and rather glamorous moment, it looked like Fergie was building a new life in the Alps. But by 2022, according to multiple reports, the chalet was sold for a staggering £22 million, and Sarah quietly moved back to Royal Lodge. So why is any of this relevant right now?
In addition to Andrew, there's been a lot of focus on Fergie. Do we know what's happened to her? Because she reads very badly in the Epstein files as well.
She does, Peter. She looks terrible out of all of this as well, but she seems to have gone into hiding. She hasn't been seen in public since December. There were reports that she was at a Swiss mental health clinic.
Because the game, it seems, has changed entirely. According to reporting from Hello magazine and multiple major outlets, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor departed Royal Lodge earlier this month, and the question of where Sarah Ferguson now calls home has become very much an open one. A source cited by Hello prior to the departure stated that Sarah, quote, has stood by Andrew all these years but is now ready to spread her wings, and importantly confirmed she would not be following him to his new accommodation on the Sandringham estate. Now, stay with us here, because this is where Crown Tea needs to be very precise with you. On the 19th of February, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was reportedly arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office at his new Sandringham property. This is an ongoing matter. No charges have been confirmed as of the time of this recording, and we will absolutely be following this story as it develops. Crown Tea reports facts, not speculation, and right now that situation is very much still unfolding. What we can say is that it appears to have accelerated the question of Sarah's living arrangements considerably. According to sources reported by Hello, Eugenie's home in Portugal is currently being considered as a possible base for Sarah while she determines her next move. Princess Beatrice's Cotswolds property has reportedly been ruled out. What this tells us, beyond the property particulars, is that after nearly 3 decades of maintaining an extraordinary closeness with her ex-husband through financial difficulties, public scrutiny and considerable personal turbulence, Sarah Ferguson appears to genuinely be at crossroads, and this time the circumstances surrounding that crossroads are far more serious than a ski resort application. The broader picture here is one worth sitting with. Royal divorces, particularly those involving ongoing cohabitation and shared public life, rarely resolve cleanly, and Sarah's story is a masterclass in just how messy, human and unpredictable that reality can be. What happens next for Fergie remains to be seen, and Crown Tea will be watching every single development closely. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and we will keep the kettle on.